Hey class, this is written assignment for the surface area and volume, the metal prism problem. So I don't think we have an issue with finding the volume of this shape, but I wanted to also go over it just in case, and then we'll look at the surface area because I think that would be something that you might need a little help on. Okay, so let's do volume first. So volume is the space inside, right? And since the cylinder part is being hollowed out, the volume of this metal prism would be the rectangular prism, the volume of the rectangular prism. Okay, my beautiful drawing there. Excuse my drawing. You know what that is. That's the outside part minus the cylinder portion of the hollow out part, right? So the volume of this shape will equal to that. So how do we find volume of anything? Volume of anything would be the area of the base. Volume is the area of the base shape, right? And I put that in capital letters because that's representing the base shape, not just the base length, right? The area of the base shape multiplied by how tall, because these are what I call straight up solid, and you have heard that word from my lesson video. So for this part, the base shape here would be the area of that square in the front, right? And the area of that square would be 10 by 10 multiplied by how long? Well, how tall? So how tall is, since this is sideways, I say how long would be the 15 centimeters, right? So as far as the rectangular prism it goes, the volume of that would be 10 times 10 multiplied by how tall, which is 15. So 10 times 10 is 100. So then that would be 1500 minus the volume of the cylinder. Well, for the cylinder, the base shape is a circle, right? And then how tall is this part right here, which still is 15, and the circle has the diameter of 5 centimeter. So then the radius must be 2.5 centimeter because the radius is half of the diameter. So the base shape in this case, we would say area of a circle, which is pi times radius square, and the radius is 2.5 square multiplied by how tall, and that is still 15. So now that's the matter of just typing that into your calculator, and you can now finish the problem. All right, and the unit would be whatever this thing is, and the unit would be volume is blank centimeter cube, right? So do your calculation right here and do your subtraction, and that would get you your answer for the volume. All right, now the surface area. Okay, surface area is a little bit involved here because the surface area is the boundary of the shape, right? So as far as boundary go, because the part is being hollow, you also need to count that that part right there. That's that part that is being hollow out, because that is the boundary of the shape, right? Because that part right there is a surface that is being exposed. So, but you will not count the circle, the circular part, because you will not count this circular part because it is hollow. There's no surface there. Does that make sense? Right? So when we are looking at the surface area of this shape, we need to go and look all around the surfaces. So I'm going to go ahead and write down what that means. You will have two, the front and the back would be this, and it's hollow out, right? There's two of those. That would be the front and the back. Okay, front and back. Okay, and then on the side, I think on the side, they are all of the same size rectangle. So you will have left, right, up, down. So all the side, four sides are the same. It's just happened that this shape here, having this being a square, give you four sides that are of the same size rectangle. If that is a rectangle, then you only will have you will have two sets of different size rectangles. But here, since that's a square, you have four sides that are the same size. So that would be just these rectangles here of the same size, and you will have four of them. Okay, so you have four of those. Okay, hope that makes sense. That would be front, back, plus four sides, plus the wall of the cylinder that is being exposed inside. Okay, the wall of the cylinder that is exposed inside. That's the yellow part that I am shading, and that when you that round thing on the side, right? Just take a look at a toilet paper roll. When you pull a piece of toilet paper out, that would be a rectangle, right? So so that would be a rectangle looking like this, and that is that surface in the inside. Okay, now the height of the rectangle, or so is this part right here, right? So that part right there is being this right here. Okay, that's the height of that rectangle, and that is 15. Okay, but the length of the rectangle, this length right here, is going to come from the whole entire circumference of the circle, because what you're doing is you're taking that part and you strain it out to make that rectangle. So that would be the circumference of the circle. Okay, so the circumference is pi times the diameter, which in this case is 5, right? So now we can go ahead and do the math behind it and find the surface area. So again, it will be the front, the back, with that hollow part there that we're not going to count, right? That's hollow out. And then you would have four sides, and then you would have the interior part of that cylinder there, the surface that is being exposed, the boundary of that wall of that cylinder. Okay, so 2 multiply 2 times what? Well, this right here is a 10 by 10, so that would be 100. 10 by 10 minus the circle, which would be pi r squared, and r is 2.5 square. That is that part right there, plus 4 of what? 4 of 10 by 15, 10 by 15, right? Plus that wall of the cylinder, which would be 15 by the circumference, and the circumference is pi times the diameter, which is 5 pi. And you can now go ahead and type all that into your calculator to get the answer. But the point here I want you to look at is when you have something that is being hollowed out, which is that yellow part right there, right? The surfaces there are being exposed. So that should also count in your surface area, because that is part of the boundary of that shape, meaning the one part of the surfaces of that shape. All right, that is it.